Well, hey everybody, I'm John Rethlin. This is my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 29, the finals. We are finally done with this. 19 shows spread out over just about 5 weeks. This was incredibly fun. I mean, this was just as fun as last year's tournament. And we actually got a pretty goddamn good winner out of this, which I wasn't sure we were going to get. Huge thumbs up for this, even with some of the matches in this round robin tournament format that weren't all that good. Jen, thank you so much for sending me this. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to everybody that has watched the G1 reviews that I've done. And if you haven't caught all of them, you want to know what I thought, please make sure to check them out on the playlist this will be on. And also, I will have a countdown of either top 20 or top 25 favorite G1 29 tournament matches. This was a very, very fun tournament. Even with the matches I didn't care for, there was nothing where I was like, yeah, that really drug the tournament down. No, they put a whole lot of thought into this. Some great feuds and everything, some possible undercard championship feuds, and some other matches, and some, possible teamings that we could be getting here. This was a lot of fun, and I'm not just referring to this show, I'm referring to the tournament overall. Whether I was able to watch these shows live, or whether I watched them on demand, the last 3 shows I've watched live, I'm super goddamn tired. I've been up since about for about the last 24 hours, and I have to work here in a little bit, so this is going to be fun, but it's well worth it. These guys tore their bodies up for so many weeks, and do it year after year after year. This was just a goddamn blast. I could not miss being able to live tweet and enjoy this. And my God, I mean, the undercard matches, I'm going to get to some of the bigger moments here in a bit, but we have Kevin Kelly, Rocky Romero, and Chris Charleston on commentary, and a video package of the tournament highlights. Very well done. New Japan is very, very good with putting these, these video packages together. They really do make it feel like a sport, the king of sports. That's why it's called that, because they treat wrestling like an actual sport. We get Carl Fredericks and Clark Connors versus Yota Tsuji and Ren Narita. And it's the LA Dojo Young Lions versus the New Japan Dojo Young Lions. And oh boy, well, this one got a little bit interesting. You had Narita getting beat up for a bit, even after he got some moves in. The LA guys dominated. Connors and Fredericks dominated quite a bit. Yota got in, traded some chops with Connors, and there was a Boston Crab spot where Yota ended up tapping. So the LA Dojo guys on the very last night, after not being able to win at all, in this whole tournament, got a win here, and that's the right call. But then the other New Japan Dojo guys, like, Yuya Yamura and others, are like, nah, fuck this. We're going to beat up these guys that, are well-trained, but we want to prove that we're tough. So it was just a big old schmoz and everything. It was a good way to build it, and hey, Connors and Fredericks are really good. They are going to be big stars going forward. I mean, it's going to take years. And well, maybe not even that. It might take a couple years, but they are really on the rise. Connors in particular is a hell of a spear. Fredericks really does have the size where he could sign with another company at some point if he decided to. And my God, he would be big. He'd be big in New Japan if he decided to go there after Excursion. But anyway, we then so we go with that. We then have Tiger Mask, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Jeff Cobb versus Lance Archer, Taichi, and Kanemaru. I can never pronounce Kanemaru's first name. It's Liger's last match in Budokan. And, I think it was his first match actually there since 2011. He is retiring in a few months. I'm actually going to be able to see him at the Super J Cup show in Tacoma in about 10 days, which I'm very excited for. Never thought I'd be able to see Jushin Thunder Liger live. I had to jump at the chance of that, to see that. But anyway, yeah, Taichi going for Liger's mask and then going for Tiger's mask. No, that is not some kind of weird alliteration or some kind of weird play on words. No, he went for both the masks. Of course, we go outside. Big shock. Suzuki-gun members do that. Tiger Mask gets beat up. Cobb and Archer. Not a match I knew that I needed to see until now, or that I wanted to see, but my God, that was a great power battle. Archer then tightrope walks, does the walk along the ropes, and does a somersault. That's really impressive. But in the end, Kanemaru gets in. He tries to take down Cobb. That didn't work. Tour of the Islands, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to say this is a bit random. Give me Hanare and Jeff Cobb in World Tag League. Give me that. I know that Cobb is part of Ring of Honor, but please, that would be an incredibly powerful and fun team. It would work for both of them. Cobb has plenty of experience. Hanare is growing well as a performer. I would like to see that. So give me Hanare and Cobb as a team in World Tag League. They got a whole lot of really good shit they could go with here into, the Power Struggle World Tag League and all that stuff and everything. And he still got the Destruction Tour coming up, which I'm going to take a little side note here right now before I get into the rest of the card. The Destruction Tour, I'm going to see what other shows they may add in August. They may not add anything. They may not add Royal Quest or any of that stuff. And if they don't add it live, I'm probably not going to be able to watch it. With the Destruction shows, I may not watch the Road to Destruction shows. I'll see how the cards are. I'm definitely going to watch the 3 Destruction shows, but I may not watch the Road to Destruction shows. I may just need to take a bit of a break, but my God, I am super stoked to see what New Japan's doing. I just want to update you guys on that. And then going forward, I will update you guys on what I'm going to be doing for, the Road to Power Struggle and then, World Tag League and stuff like that. Since, who knows? We'll just see how that goes. Anyway, so we get Roppongi 3K and Will Ospreay versus Taiji Ishimori, Chase Owens, and Yujiro Takahashi. His girl, Peter, I believe is how it's said. She was wearing more material on her shoulders than she was on the rest of her body, which I guess her shoulders get cold or something like that. I know that's part of the gimmick. I just found it funny. So, there's a point where it looked like everybody was going to dive because everybody dives. Sorry, I had to do a little play on words there of, Archer's theme. And not so fast, that doesn't happen. And of course, Yo gets beat up for a bit. There was some good showings here. Yes, even by show of Roppongi 3K. That's right. Play on words. I have them even being tired. Ospreay gets in. Everybody gets in. We get some cool dives by Roppongi 3K. And in the end, Stormbreaker pins Yujiro Takahashi for the 1-2-3. So far, undercard matches. Young Lions match probably told the best story. Liger was cool to see him there. And it was actually cool in the earlier match. Liger, Tiger Mask, and Cobb did the whole thing, like, spinning around like that of, like, Liger's move. That was actually pretty cool, Liger's pose. And then we get Toa Henare and Juice Robinson versus Shota Umino and Jon Moxley. And, of course, Shota still sporting that jacket. It is great. I love this friendship. Please put Shota and Mox in World Tag League. I want to see that. I really do. Obviously, they wouldn't win. Mox has ties to AEW and stuff like that, but he also has a contract where he can work in New Japan. I would like to see this. So, Mox attacks at the bell, and it's pretty much off to the races. Shota a little more vicious. I like this idea. I do like this. They focus on Juice's knee, especially Mox. Henare just lifts Shota. Henare's strength is unfreaking believable. It really is. But then in the end, he does end up pinning Shota with the toe bottom, the rock bottom, 1, 2, 3. I say toe bottom and then I say rock bottom just so you don't think it's some kind of weird, like it's some kind of other maneuver or whatever. So that's what it is. Big old rock bottom, toe bottom, 1, 2, 3. And that was interesting. Very, very interesting to see that. And then Moxley takes out both Henare and Juice and then throws Juice through a table outside. And then we get a 10-man tag that really not a lot happened in. It was Taguchi, Honma, Yano, Goto, and Makabe. And it was cool to see the never openweight 6-man champions there. This never openweight 6-man tag team champions, that is, which is Taguchi, Yano, and Makabe. I'm not going to lie to you, I forgot those belts existed. I know they're apparently part of the working relationship with CMLL that New Japan has. I just still forget those belts exist. And whatever, you got Honma in there also. I wonder who took the pin. LIJ, every member of LIJ is there except Hiromu. I want Hiromu to be back. I want him to be healthy, but I want him to be back soon. LIJ takes over. Taguchi does get beat up for a bit. There was some nice little comedy with Taguchi and Naito. Kokeshi from Honma, or Kokeshi, sorry, not Kokeshi. The headbutt makes everybody happy except Honma because I imagine it probably hurts him quite a bit. And then he gets beat up a bit. And then after everybody gets in, hits a move, this kind of stuff, it comes down to Sonata and Honma. Muda Moonsault, 1, 2, 3. And then LIJ does a fist bump thing. And then while they're setting up for this next match, the ring crew is and everything. Commentary, Kevin Kelly, Rocky Romero, Chris Charlton talk about what they're going to do during their time off because they're taking some time off. Because after this, I don't believe they're going to be doing that much. I mean, they're going to be taking a little bit of time off. I don't know what the New Japan Royal Quest commentary is going to be like. If they're even going to have that much commentary, it's just going to be Japanese commentary. Who knows? But it's nice Kevin Kelly, Rocky Romero, they're going to get some time off. And Rocky Romero is going to be part of the Super J Cup, so I can't wait to see him live. That's going to be really cool. And then we get to a match I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be a decent tag match. It's Kenta, Tomohiro Ishii, and Yoshihashi versus Bad Luck Fale and the Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa. Tama Tonga talked about earlier that they have recruited a new member to Bullet Club, and it was a big star, that kind of stuff. You can check the tweet to see the exact wording. I was like, oh, who the fuck is it? Somebody, I do not remember her username. I apologize. I believe it's under the name Amanda. She was talking about how, oh, it's probably about the mole and chaos, and she feels that the mole is Rocky, which actually does kind of make sense because Rocky's been picked on the most by Bullet Club, and it would be the best way to throw people off. But who's the person out of this? Well, it doesn't really take a rocket scientist to figure this out, or a rocket science, that is. Yoshihashi does get beat up after a bit, after some moves and stuff like that. Tama Tonga screaming at one point, just absolutely hilarious. Ishii gets in, then he gets beat up. He goes to tag Kenta. Kenta jumps down. I go, oh, yes, I wonder what they were going to do with Kenta. And then Kenta avoids the tag and just stands there and stuff like that. Well, Ishii and Yoshihashi are still doing some, great moves and everything. Looks like they're about to win. Ishii looks like he's about to get a psycho knee from Kenta. Oh boy, Kenta is joining Bullet Club. But is that the end? The answer might surprise you. That answer is not yet. But what happens is Tama Tonga ends up pinning Tomohiro Ishii soon afterwards. And then Kenta's doing this kind of stuff. They're all doing this, and it's obvious, oh, Kenta's going to join the Bullet Club. And then Shibata shows up. I mean, he, was the one that, had brought Kenta in. Whole big thing, at Dominion, where they were all happy and everybody was happy to see Shibata back. He's training the LA Dojo students. Holy crap, what the hell is going on? He comes out and starts laying into Kenta. Shibata, who had to retire after Sakura Genesis 2017 because of the frightening injuries and the frightening, aftermath of that match with Okada. Holy fuck. It's thankfully, thankfully Okada was okay. Thankfully, Shibata's okay. He had to retire at a fairly young age, even though I think he was in his mid-30s. I think he is still in his mid-30s. The whole point is it's just great that he was able to have a quality of life after that. He's able to train the LA Dojo students. And now we flash forward to here, and he just is running in there. He's beating the shit out of Kenta. He gets him in the corner, does a fucking corner drop kick where he just freaking ran into Kenta's eye. Holy crap. Kenta looked like he... one, it probably hurt like a bitch. I mean, Shibata never really pulled any punches. I mean, I wasn't able to watch New Japan Live at the time before Shibata had to retire. I have since gone back and watched stuff, not just the Sakura Genesis 2017 match. Very scary to know what happened with that, but boy, Shibata went all out. A lot of the matches he did before that. Shibata's a goddamn warrior and really is that goddamn good. There's a reason why he was so respected in the ring and is still so respected by so many people. But boy, he had this whole overarching thing where he's going to lay Kenta out, and by God did he ever. And then he went for that freaking PK, and then Jado hit him with the cane, and then Kenta laid him out with a PK. Now, it was a safe PK, because he had the head stuff and all that and everything. And then, Shibata gets beat up, gets laid out, and then Kenta does the leg, just folds his legs up, just sits on Shibata, doing Shibata's pose right on Shibata. That's some nice symbolism right there. Holy shit, this segment was great. I mean, fucking great. What should have been, what looked on paper to be just a regular match, a tag match, or a 6-man tag, it was going to be fun and everything, turned out to be really good. This is how you figure out what you're going to do with somebody. See, this is exactly what you do to end a summer program and start some stuff anew. You have a whole bunch of stuff going on with the G1 champions that lost certain matches, not losing their titles, but lost, and then you could go with certain things. Okay, wait, this person gets a title shot first, and then you could go on with this. You could figure out the teams you're going to do for World Tag League, Junior, Super Junior Tag League, if you decide to do that. Or Junior Tag League, I forget exactly what they call it. Forgive me, I'm really tired. But the whole point is that they have a whole bunch of story stuff they can do, but they tied up a whole bunch of stuff here, which is what you're supposed to do with a big show like this. And this stuff with Kenta and Shibata, if the doctors clear him and Shibata's okay with it, give me Shibata versus Kenta in the Dome. Or, at the very least, put Shibata on one side with a couple, young lions, maybe Fredericks and Connors or something like that, and Kenta with a couple young lions or something like that. If you don't trust Shibata, his health to hold a full-on match, but please, if they can make this happen, Shibata deserves it. And it would be great. It would pop the crowd. The fans went absolutely nuts. I went absolutely nuts. And a lot of people on Twitter that were watching this went absolutely nuts. It was great to see him back. He didn't look like he missed a goddamn step. I mean, granted, okay, you could argue, yeah, he'd only been out of the ring for like just over 2 years. He still suffered a catastrophic injury where he had to retire. Some people don't recover from that all too well, but he's still in phenomenal shape. It was great to see him there. And he was able to put over Kenta strong while getting in some stuff and looking like he hadn't missed a single step. But my God, Bullet Club. They got me. Bravo, Tamatonga. I mean, Kenta's a hell of a member to put in the club. I will say that. Anytime I think that, maybe Bullet Club might not get a fresh coat of paint or whatever, it might be getting a little bit stale, Kenta being in there helps. Now, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with Kenta. I don't know what the ceiling is. U.S. champion, maybe? Maybe he faces off against Juice. And something like that. Maybe he beats Juice for a title. Juice wins back from Mox at some point. And then we get Kenta versus Shibata. And Shibata wins it and retires as champion. Who the fuck knows? There's a lot of shit they can do with this. And in this one segment, they got a lot of people talking. And that was great. It was just great to see. And then we go to Okada and Tanahashi, the Dream Team, versus Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. What, again, should have been a basic tag match. Holy fuck, they did some good shit. Zack Sabre Jr. was out for revenge after Tanahashi had recently pinned him in a tag match. There's a lot of arm focus. Suzuki gets mad at one point because that's the guy you want angry at you is Minoru Suzuki. The guy that freaking lifts guardrails and buries people under shit and punches young lions for fun. And probably as he's leaving the arena and coming into the arena. And when he's in the arena. And pretty much the whole point is if you're a young lion, you're fucked. But anyway, we get Okada in. And he tangles some with Suzuki. We get more Tana and Zack Sabre Jr. And we get a triangle by Zack. Zack at one point gets Tanahashi in a front face lock, that kind of stuff. And just, grinds him down and everything. We get more Okada and Suzuki with a lot of strikes and reversals. And then Suzuki does this incredible, where he just reverses out. It looks like he's about to do some kind of arm breaker or something like that. But nope. He gets the choke back on, he's set up for the Gotch, and he hits the Gotch pile driver on Okada. 1, 2, 3. Minoru Suzuki, who was upset about not being in the G1, just pinned the IWGP champion. What the fuck is going on? When are we going to get this match? Please, I need this match. Give it to me on the Destruction Tour, you cowards. Actually, I'm not really sure if they're going to do that. But they probably should. Because the only people that Okada lost to were Sonata and Ibushi. And Ibushi won the G1, so we're going to get that in the Dome, obviously, provided he successfully defends a shot and everything against people that he lost to. But boy, this is how you do some stuff. I didn't know that I was going to get a Suzuki-Okada match again, and we need it. We need it. I need it. Please let it happen next month, or maybe King of Pro Wrestling. I'm not really sure. It's going to be very interesting. Suzuki's not going to win. God forbid if he did, because Suzuki versus Ibushi in the Dome? Well, that'd be interesting. But, hell, this was quite a match. And then we get Ibushi versus Jay White, G1 Climax 29 Finals. One, I'm laughing at the fact that Jay White did not win. Because I was worried. I was worried that I was going to, have to deal with some of the insufferable talk from the fangirls. Which, there are a lot of cool ones, but there are some that are kind of fucking unbearable. And I gotta be honest about Jay White. Jay White's a great heel. Jay White has flashes of greatness. He is very, very good. At 26, he grasps a whole lot of shit. He's had some very good matches. They're rocketing him too much. Too much, too soon. They had to go with the hot hand and give him the title earlier this year. I get it. But at the same time, they wrote themselves into a corner. If they force it, the fans are going to revolt and not in a good way. Jay White will get there, but they have to be careful. You use it over here and there and this kind of stuff. And also, the stuff with Gato is going to dry up a lot quicker than it did with Okada. Just saying. It ain't going to be a 6-year relationship with, Jay White and Gato. I'm amazed it's lasted this long. I mean, where it's almost a year now. But anyway, we get all the Bullet Club members coming out, and they're going to celebrate with Jay because, oh, hey, Jay's going to win, and everybody's there, and including Gato, and Red Shoes was like, you know what? No, fuck this. Everybody get out of here. All the fans, go home. We're just going to do an empty arena. No, I'm kidding. He just kicked all Bullet Club. Except Gato says, okay, they'll all leave, but let me stay. Let me stay. I'm his guiding light. Okay, whatever. Fine, Gato, you can stay. Ibushi getting a huge pop, and the crowd just fucking loved him. And Gato was there. And then Gato got kicked out because he tried to, he interfered and grabbed Ibushi's ankle and this kind of stuff. And Red Shoes saw him, so he kicked him out. Wasn't the last time we would see Gato, though. The ankle focus by Jay White was very, very good. Ibushi does come back. Hits a one-legged moonsault for 2 because that's just how goddamn good Ibushi is. Why does Kota hate his neck is the main question I had during some of this match. Why? Why, Kota? Why do you not want to be walking by the age of 40? Cool strike battle. It was a nice Uranagi and then a Kiwi Crusher soon after for 2 by Jay White. Ref bump, low blow, and of course Gato comes back and is hiding underneath or not underneath, but by the ring and everything, which, I mean, if Red Shoes had any kind of ability to see, would have been able to see Gato. I know Gato's short as fuck, but it's not like he's that hard to see. But anyway, we then get Ibushi coming back. Long dart, Jay White in there. Deadlift, German off the ropes. Good Lord. Kota, I know you hate your own neck. Stop hating your opponent's necks. Good God. Ibushi does fire up at one point, where Jay White's slapping him and everything, this kind of stuff, and trying to anger him, because that's the smart thing, to anger a guy in that kind of shape and everything. Just boom, boom, boom. He gets struck, slapped. Jay White does. Last right for 2. Gato gets knocked down, and then so Gato's down in the ring, and then we get a bum eye to the back of the head, Nakamura's move, because Ibushi loves him so goddamn much. So Jay White's down, and fucking Red Shoe just looks at Rocky, points at Gato, and says, Rocky, get him out of here. I mean, well, he's basically saying, you, get him out of here. So Rocky takes Gato out. I was worried they were going to have Rocky turn heel, but thank God they didn't. He may never turn heel. It may only end up being a smokescreen, but still. This was some good shit. A bum AA for 2. A lot of reversals. Blade Runner got hit, but Jay White couldn't make the cover. And he didn't try to make the cover. He, then got hit with a straight jacket German, but then he hit 2 sleeper suplexes. Blade Runner, no. We get a Kamagoye for 2, but Jay White kicks out. And then we get a Kamagoye for 3. 1, 2, 3, as I just said right there. Holy fuck. Again, thumbs up for this. Seriously. Absolutely fucking incredible. I mean, this whole overarching thing of Kota Ibushi being able to finally win the G1 after he came so close last year. This was just great. Now, I will say that the match with Tanahashi last year was better, but this is certainly the best Jay White match I've seen in a number of months. Best match I've seen Jay White have since the G1 Supercard match. I'll do an opinion piece on Jay White at some point. But A-. I guess A- because they had a whole lot of really good storyline shit going with this. Yes, Tanahashi versus Ibushi was better last year. But still, the stuff with Kenta, Suzuki beating Okada. The fact that they paced this match pretty goddamn well, yes, they finally did it where they did the things right, where I think Gato's inability to help Jay White win is going to cause Jay White to either leave Bullet Club or get rid of Gato. I mean, who knows what the fuck's going to happen, but A-, I gotta say, this was really a whole lot of fun. It was a damn good show. I'm tired. I'm going to try to go to bed, but anyway, if I don't put a pull up there, please let me know in the comments. And what do you think they're going to do with Ibushi? Do you think they're going to let him keep the title shot? They're going to let him keep the title shot. For the love of God, please do that after the way that crowd reacted. But anyway, agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. And as for more New Japan content, stay tuned for a countdown at some point. But I will see you probably next month.